Hey, Gemini, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your October 2023 bonus reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below your video. All right, this is good for any and all placements of Gemini in your chart. Now, Gem, it looks like towards the end of October, things really come to a conclusion or a finalization, and there's no surprise there as we have that partial lunar eclipse and full moon in the sign of Taurus. That's all about bringing something home, right? Bringing it to the finish line. So we have a lot more momentum, energy. I'm just getting here that this eclipse season for you is a really powerful one. You even have reveal what needs to be seen, and that's what eclipses bring about. It brings about a shattering of illusions, right? Things that maybe we didn't want to see, we're kind of forced to see at this time. But this could also bring illumination and clarity to any areas that we need to weed out. And that's what I'm getting here with the detoxify card. And this is Taurus energy. Full moon in Taurus is that moon around the 29th. So it is about detoxifying from unhealthy patterns. It could be foods, it could be beliefs, it could be relationships where there's just a lot of stress. How can you find the silver lining? How can you see the growth? But to decide how to keep moving forward in that energy of growth, or when a soul contract has come to an end. Now, when it comes to health as well, a lot of you are taking a look at your health on a really big scale this month, and you are cutting out or weeding out. I keep getting the word weeding out, okay? That could be significant for some of you. It's like picking those, the weeds out of your garden. There's a lot of work doing that, but it's going to help your garden grow. So a lot of you are weeding out just the things that no longer, serve you. So if there is an addiction, or if there's a food or a substance, something that you've been putting into your body, or if you've been putting into your energetic field, and it's been causing an imbalance. I'm getting here hormonal imbalance. Some of you are getting hot and cold flashes. For others of you, tingliness I'm getting. Could even be ringing in the ears. I'm getting like hot sweats, night sweats. Okay, please take that as it resonates. There could be some energetic shifts around the heart as we navigate through Libran season. Libran governs the heart, and that's your fellow air sign as well. So you're definitely detoxing, and sometimes we need to sweat things out as well. So you could be hitting up the gym or running or doing more strenuous activities, or at least activities that get that heart rate up a little bit and cause you to sweat. I don't feel like that would be a bad thing. Of course, please seek a medical professional, or any health professional for that matter, if need be. So your overall energy for the month of October, you have released your blocks. And I feel like all the signs have received this card so far. And as we hit the end of the month, we enter into Scorpio season. I believe around the 23rd. And this is Scorpio energy. It's about releasing the blocks emotionally, physically, mentally, things that you've been attached to with that detoxification, because that can be like the devil. So whatever has been tempting you, or any fear-based energies, manipulation, materialism, codependency, you're reclaiming your power this month, Gemini, and you're freeing yourself from anything that hinders you or keeps you stuck in place, kind of like that hamster wheel, right? Spinning and spinning and spinning, but feeling like you're not getting anywhere. That's what you're releasing. Now, around that eclipse on the 14th, that new moon in Libra, that full solar eclipse, a powerful date, one of the most powerful dates of the year, as Libra is in the south node, and this is on a collective energetic level. So regardless of what sign you are, this eclipse is going to be a powerful one. And this is all about releasing some sort of control or something that feels like it's controlling you, right? It goes hand in hand with the blocks and the detoxification here. So there could be a great reveal. That's kind of what I feel here for you, the great reveal. It sounds pretty big because it is pretty big, Gemini. So we'll take a look and clarify and see what this is for you as well. But towards the end of the month, you have the detoxify card, which is that full moon in Taurus. We have Capricorn energy, take a reality check. Yeah, this is about you kind of stepping back and saying, okay, this isn't working. I need to take it to the finish line. I need to end something. I need to stay consistent within my actions. I need to follow through. I need to say yes more, no more, whatever this is. I feel like you're sticking to your guns is kind of the energy that I get. But some of you may realize through this eclipse that there's been a deep masking of an energy here. And what's happening around this eclipse is there's an unmasking. You're able to see something, right? An unveiling, if you will. And you have here the Scorpio energy of revealing what needs to be seen in order for you to heal, in order for you to deal, right? In order for you to be able to live and lead from your highest good, from this place of compassion, love, abundance, success, whatever that means for you, but mostly on that spiritual level of being in alignment with your purpose. This is about you also. There's something about staying consistent or sticking to a goal that you have for yourself, sticking to some healthy patterns or habits. I'm also getting here gum. I mean, some of you could be chewing gum right now, but it could also be symbolic for stickiness, right? Sometimes when that gum gets in the wrong places, it can be an icky, sticky mess. But I feel like you're getting yourself out of something that may have felt sticky within your energy. Okay, so let's take a look here and see what's showing up that you can't quite see. Let's see a little bit more of what's being revealed for Gemini, and then we'll clarify with the tarot as well. So what do you not see coming? What you don't see coming at this time? We have the Lady of the Mirror, reflection and non-judgment. Yep, you're being reflected. Now, this reflection could be shown in other people, Gemini. Okay, this could be reflected within your work. It could be reflected in your style or your personality, right? So there's a deep need to see what you weren't able to see before, but I feel like it's external. So for a lot of you, this is going to be a partnership. This is going to be someone who may mirror your energy, whether you like it or not, right? It's going to be, you're going to be able to see things from a brand new light, something you weren't able to see before. You have the High Lady of love and compassion. This is Libran energy here. So it's about reverence, kindness, and consideration. You're going to be able to consider different viewpoints as well. It doesn't mean that you have to go with the new point of view, but you'll at least be able to consider it. And I feel like you will eventually take steps to opening up, because there is this energy of stubbornness, Gemini, whether it's stubbornness within you or around you. I feel like there is a releasing of that. Some of you may even have at times a little bit of tension in the neck area. Okay, because neck can represent stubbornness, but it can be flexibility and inflexibility as well. So what you don't see coming is there's a lot more kindness, but there's a lot more reverence and new opportunities, new relationships, new possibilities for you to consider here. Also, new ways of moving forward. There's a new path here. It's almost like you're heading towards uncharted territory, but you know that this new path, even if you don't know what's at the end of the tunnel or what's at, where you're heading, you know that it's going to be better for you. You feel it. And that's what's guiding you, is some sort of feeling. Okay, you have the Mapmaker of destiny, authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. I mean, that's a beautiful one. And then lastly, the High Lord of gratitude and service. This is all about selflessness, humility, and conscious action. Yes, because things that are being stirred up here within the subconscious. This is now being illuminated on a surface level for you to be able to see what you couldn't see that was hidden in the deep subconscious, right? So that's part of the reflection. Because once you're able to see it, you're able to heal it. And you hold, Gemini, a lot of humility here, a lot of selflessness, of service. You may want to be of service to others and to mankind and to humanity. So I definitely feel like you are taking action here. So what you don't see coming is through some sort of truth being exposed, right? Whether it is moving forward in this path in your career or your finances, right? Whether it is, I feel like it's deep, it's more of a spiritual, personal, but it's going to show up in your outer world. So you may make some big changes because things in here are shifting and it's going to manifest outwardly. So there's a lot of gratitude and of service. Some of you are being called to be of service, to be of help, to volunteer, to see both sides of a situation, to compromise, or to consider different paths. Because a lot of you are going in one direction, okay? Or you may have been moving forward in a way that you thought was for your highest good, but maybe it was what the ego wanted versus what truly was aligning with your soul, okay? So there's definitely a lot happening here for you this month. Now, with this reflection card, this is about you giving yourself a compassionate and forgiving review of the past as well. I'm getting judgment vibes here. This is about changing your life for the better. But in order to do that, there needs to be forgiveness, right? Forgiving of other people or forgiving yourself for what you did not know. But in order to do that, sometimes we need to be able to see that reflection in the mirror. And that mirror can show up as another person in a relationship, right? It can show up, in our health, right? It can be dis-ease that shows up as a manifestation outwardly. So you're being able to see something outwardly because you've manifested it, right? So there's something here that you've either weren't able to quite see, but you're looking at it from a non-judgmental point of view, which is really what we need to do. That's what this Libran energy, this solar eclipse and this south node is all about on a level of humanity, on a global level of, shifting the consciousness of the planet. And I know that sounds deep. It may be too deep for some of you, but really that's what this season is all about. And it's going to ripple into, your world. It's going to ripple outward. So whatever you're doing here, keep doing it, Gemini, because it's going to allow you to release something that you felt stuck on, whether it's scarcity or poverty conscious mindset, whether it's relationships or foods or energies or beliefs that were no longer good for you. Maybe they never were. This is all about being kind to yourself, considering that there are other opportunities and other paths that you can take. And maybe some of you told yourself, well, I never would have considered that path because A, B, or C. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy enough. I don't have a degree. I would never attract that type of person. I could never have that type of home. Why limit yourself, right? I feel like this is a limitless type of energy coming in. What you do not see coming is you're tapping into that unlimited abundance. It is about being kind and showing yourself reverence, right? There's a lot more compassion and a lot more love this month showing up, right? You've had this all along, but this is something you're feeling, seeing, and you're touching, and you're able to actually kind of grasp in the month here of October. The Mapmaker of Destiny. Some of you are shifting and altering your destiny by the choices that you make now. We are, each and every one of us, every single day. We alter our destiny based on the free will choices that we make, right? Whether you let someone else make a choice for you, whether you make it, it's constantly creating the map of our destiny. Whether it's coming from an egoic standpoint, whether it's someone else making those choices for you. But you're going to know if you don't feel like you are being authentic to your soul's truth. You'll know if something needs to shift. That's what is being revealed to you. you're going to feel inspired here to take action, especially at the end of the month. Now, again, you have this energy of conscious action. We're going to clarify here some of these energies, but I really feel like there's a lot of really wonderful shifts that you're staying consistent with. And a lot of you are getting out of your own head in a way, because you can be a deep thinker, Gemini. You are an air sign. But sometimes that deep thinking gets us in trouble, or it gets us stuck, right? We overthink the heck out of things. And this is the month where you're letting the feelings, the emotions, the love guide you, right? You're letting that energy of love fully accompany you. And it's followed by feelings of, joy and happiness, and maybe even a little bit of a exciting fear of entering into the unknown. Let's clarify. What are some of these blocks showing up? This main energy of releasing these blocks. What are the blocks? Thank you, Spirit. The blocks are how to take a leap of faith, right? The blocks are feeling foolish, feeling like you're too old to go in a direction, or you'll never be able to take that leap because of money. Everything we just said, basically, because of, money, or because of not having the knowledge, or the background, or the experience. There's something here that's holding you back from taking a new beginning, but you're telling yourself, not anymore, right? I'm releasing the sense of control in how the egoic mind wants things to move forward. And you're taking a step back and saying, I'm going to embrace after all, because I know the universe is going to catch me. She's holding an amethyst there. Some of you may be wearing an amethyst bracelet, necklace, or you may carry around an amethyst crystal. That can also help you take this leap of faith, I'm hearing. I'm also getting, because she's wearing that yellow dress, this is solar plexus energy, belly, and this is about your power. So what you may be releasing is not feeling confident enough, not feeling powerful enough to move forward in a new direction. Look at her. She's leaping over the edge there. She's hanging on just by, hanging on to that limb, that branch, that wand, whatever that may be up there. But she's closing her eyes and she's letting her soul guide her. And she knows that the universe is going to catch her. And there's a little bit of a vortex down here as well. So you know that whatever you're falling into, right, or whatever you're heading towards, uncharted territory, it's going to bring you to a place of where you need to be on your path. Now let's take a look at this control factor. What are we releasing? We're releasing the need to have something done in a specific way, a certain way. It could be expectations. It could be indecisiveness. All right. It could be that some of you're finally releasing the thought or belief that something is never going to happen for you when it's right here, right? This is, again, she's also taking a leap of faith. I mean, look at all these energies, and she's kind of wearing, it almost looks like the same person, but she has blue hair. This is another energy of that yellow, right? Vibrancy. 9 of Cups is the card of wish fulfillment. So once you release this control over how something must look or how it should look, or when it should come in, or the expectation, that's actually going to free you up and allow this wish for you to come in sooner rather than later here. And for some of you, it's been a whole lot later, right? You've been waiting, you've been wishing, you've been wanting this shift to take place or this to happen, but there was a block or a fear around this new beginning, okay? This 9 of Cups is the card of you being able to move forward in emotional wealth and feel that energy of love. I'm getting here, for a lot of you, you may have been around someone who may have been a manipulator, or someone who was very controlling of an energy here, or of you, or money, or, whatever it may have been. There may have been a huge dynamic around control in a certain circumstance. I feel like that's being lifted here. That's being released in order for you to have what it is that you truly seek on an emotional level. So let's take a look at towards the end of the month. What are you detoxifying? What's this reality check that's coming in, and what's being revealed? The great reveal. Let's look here for you, Gemini. What's this detoxification? What are you removing? What are you withdrawing from or taking out? I'm getting here Epsom salt or even Himalayan sea salt. Some of you, there's an emphasis on salt baths or soaking your feet maybe in some salt water. Maybe it's getting into salt water. Whoa, that landed perfectly on top of these cards to clarify. So what do we have here? We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Page of Pentacles. Because it's showing up here, Ace of Wands is in reverse. So what this means here is you may feel like you're not quite sure how you're going to embrace or light that spark, right? Because I am getting here like an initiation. There is a brand new spark here, a brand new energy. We see that with the Fool. You may not be sure. Try not to let yourself talk yourself out of something at the end of the month, because the Page of Pentacles says, here's the new opportunity. Here is that communication. Here is you taking that leap here in the physical. Stay truthful to yourself. Seven of Swords. A lot of times people say this can be the card of cheating, trying to get away with something, which it can be, but I'm getting here, this is about you being honest with yourself. Okay, this can be the card of self-preservation, doing what we need to do to survive. That's not working for you anymore. Okay, that's burning you out. It is causing creative blocks and imbalances. So whatever it was that you were doing, there is this leveling up, maybe reprioritizing. This is about you doing something differently, going towards a brand new beginning, getting honest and truthful about you surrendering to the divine plan versus the egoic plan. Okay, there is a new opportunity coming in here for you. When the Ace of Wands shows up, you see that fire burning in her pineal gland, right? In that third eye chakra. So I do feel for a lot of you, this is about creation. It's about inspiration. The Ace of Wands is about feeling like you have this new sense of purpose and you can chase these dreams. But it may be at times difficult for you to believe in something because it takes a little bit of time, right? What do they say? Seeing is believing, or believing is seeing. Believing is seeing. But for you, Gemini, you may have had to see it to believe it, but now you're realizing that you can believe it in order to see it. Okay? So there's definitely a new opportunity for you to get honest, And for those of you that have dealt with betrayal, or you've dealt with people who sabotage your success, there is a new opportunity coming in here with this Page of Pentacles. That may be part of what needs to be seen. You're going to see that people are either in your corner or they're not, that they're either helping or hindering, but there's a reflection. There is a reflection here of what it is that needs to be seen within yourself or within others, in order for you to let go of some sort of belief that you can't have what it is that you truly seek, right? Nine of Cups. This is the card of emotional fulfillment. But sometimes we get a little bit smug. We don't always believe that we're going to be able to manifest, right? Because of what's happening around the world, or because of the relationship that we stay tied to, or because of that job that we need to self-preserve, right? To put food on the table or to pay the bills. This is a big shift coming in for you, saying that, yes, this is possible. This too is possible. And I'm getting that there's a lot of movement here around this Ace of Wands energy. So let's just take a look and clarify some of these things that you cannot see coming. What do we need to know here? The Lady of the Mirror, reflection and non-judgment. What is being reflected to you that you may be guided to see from a non-judgmental point of view? What is being reflected to you at this time? Thank you, Spirit. The Temperance. Okay, the Temperance card is all about blending energies. It's about patience. It is about moderation. Now, It's also about compromise and self-control. It's the beautiful energy of finding that balance, which is what Libran energy is all about. So as you navigate this season through eclipses, through Libran energy and Scorpio energy at the end of the month, this is saying that if there were extremes, right? If that pendulum was swinging and way up here and something was way down here, this is coming out for you to find that balance. I'm also getting that your patience is going to pay off, because some of you, your patience ran thin, or you didn't think that something was going to happen because it was just too extreme. Maybe it was your emotions, or maybe you've let yourself really get to a point, it felt like of no return in a different way than you thought or wanted to go, but you're bringing it back into balance now. And something is being reflected to you in order for you to do so. You're able to see it. Some of you, it is your actual reflection in the mirror. Maybe you're looking at yourself saying, well, you know, I really want to feel better. I want to have more, not just look better, but I want to have more energy going up and down the stairs, right? I really want to take a look at, you know, my cholesterol intake, or I want to take a look because I don't feel like my smile is a smile of joy and happiness. What can I do that shifts that energy? Some of you may even see a photograph of you or a memory pop up on your news feed. There's some sort of reflection of maybe even a little bit of nostalgia. Wow, I was really happy at that time, or I was really, you know, miserable at that time. You're reflecting on those priorities, and I feel like you're taking ahead the things that work and leaving behind the things that do not. All right, let's take a look at the Lady of Compassion and Love. Reverence, kindness, and consideration. What are you considering at this time? Gemini, what are we considering? Ooh, we have the Queen of Cups. You're considering what to open your heart to. But I also sense here that you've at times subconsciously may have put up a little bit of a wall due to feeling over emotional, or taking things too personally, or just needing to fill your own cup, right? Fill your own cup of love, because we can't always give if we don't have anything to give in our cup. So you're being kind to yourself. Yeah, you're healing some sort of disappointment or betrayal, and you're seeing it from a different perspective. There is literally the Ace of Wands. There is that enlightenment. So some sort of spiritual enlightenment is showing up here for you. It's being illuminated in order for you to turn that wheel of destiny and fate, which leads to the Mapmaker of destiny. Right? So a lot happening here for you. You're spinning the wheel of fate in order to open your heart up to the highest level of love. Love for what you do, a love for yourself, a love for your family, the people around you, a love of life in itself. Because some of you may have felt like that was lacking or missing. Again, emotional wealth is the name of the game for you. Let's take a look at this destiny, authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. What do we have here for Gemini, please? Wow, all your cards, are you noticing this? They're landing directly on what it is we're clarifying. I love that. Okay, and Page of Cups is going to go with that one here. So we have the Tower. We have Queen of Swords. There's your Libran energy showing up. There's the Death and the Devil. So exactly what we were talking about earlier, detoxifying. Some of you are changing it before you hit a tower, before you can no longer go back and change it, right? It's like you are facing it now so it doesn't come to a head and cause irreversible effects. Okay, so maybe this is health, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's, you know, in your career, you're moving forward. I mean, look at this energy here. You have the Devil, you have the Death, you have the Tower, and then boom, you have this Libran energy, and she's fully moving forward in clarity, in integrity, in authenticity, and in truth. So you're definitely looking at something and you're saying, okay, I got to get clear. Something is being revealed. The Death card says, I need to end this cycle, whatever it is, because you've learned it, right? The Tower, I need to do this now to avert a tower in order to live in a way where I'm not constantly in fear of this tower, right? So you're moving on from it. You're approaching it from a new perspective. And lastly here, you have the High Lord of Gratitude and Service, selflessness, humility, and conscious action. You have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is in reverse. excuse me. So when that Page of Cups is showing up, it's saying here that it's important to not miss the signs. It's important to stay in that energy of selflessness, in humility, and take conscious action to know that there's something here that's greater than you, greater than the sum of all odds. Okay, I just heard the sum of all odds. I don't know what that means, but it's also the card here of embracing the unknown, embracing love, right? You can see here that there's a little piglet flying above the cup. And what's the phrase, right? When pigs fly. So it's almost like there's a doubt. Spirit is saying don't self-doubt yourself or your power, because you're releasing those blocks. You're releasing anything that doesn't necessarily align or that's been holding you back, that self-confidence. This is about you being in that energy of humility, taking a step forward and believing in the unknown, right? Believing is seeing here. So if you can believe it here, you can see it. And you see that, yes, there's a pig flying up there, but I feel like there is this huge emphasis for you on belief. Now, last but not least, let's get a few messages from your animal guides. Right away, this one wanted to come out. Wow, I think it was Aries that had that same card. Maybe it was Taurus. I think it was Aries, which doesn't surprise me, as Aries and Libra collectively or globally are in that south and north node. What else do we have, please, for Gemini? You have the tortoise. Beautiful. The tortoise says, home is where the heart is. Home is where the heart is. So some of you are coming home to yourself. Some of you, even if you are changing homes or changing locations and there's a little bit of fear about taking that leap, remember this saying, home is where the heart is. You are protected. You are divinely guided. And you are moving forward here in a new energy where you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And the chicken is all about fertility, renewal, and communication. So you can see here that those chickens, they're kind of faced back to back. So if there was someone in your world or is someone in your world, whether this is a very important partnership, a soulmate, it could be a lover, it could be a child, a mother, a friend, that you've been feeling like your back has been turned, or maybe they've turned their back to you. This is revival season, and there's something here that maybe is reflected or mirrored within each other, where I feel like you're going to look at each other this month, and there is a new sense of renewal and a renewed sense of communication, where you're actually going to be able to communicate more effectively. You're going to be able to understand, because you're not necessarily using just the mind, but you're speaking from the heart. So it's almost like a heart-to-heart balance is coming into effect. But the reason why that heart-to-heart imbalance was showing up is because of that Three of Swords, right? Because of you being hurt or betrayed in a situation here. I also feel for some of you, you could be turning your back on a situation that is toxic or that would lead you eventually towards a tower if you stayed in that relationship or in that job, or continued to eat the way that you were, or continue smoking or drinking or whatever it was that was in excess here with the Temperance. Okay, you're making some really solid choices, Gemini, and there is a renewed sense within you to trust in yourself, right? Soul revival is what I just heard. Soul revival. So again, yes, it is revival season, and I feel like you are taking a stance in a way, and it may feel like it's slow, but tortoises are actually pretty quick. I have one, right? Tortoises can get up and go. Before you know it, you realize, wow, that little thing went all the way over there. So yeah, there's something that you may think it's slow coming in, or it may feel like it's slowed down a bit, but it's actually either speeding up or it's going to be quicker than you think. And I'm also getting here, I'm hearing the phrase, you will have less anxiety. You will have less anxiety. So I want you just to think about for a moment, anything that gives you anxiety, that is what you are taking a look at in order to eradicate or free yourself from. That is what I have for you, Gemini. I hope it resonates. A really powerful reading here. If it does, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channel messages out there to those that need it most, and it certainly helps the growth of the channel. If you haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, please do so. Thank you so much, Gemini, for being here. Lots of love.